Hello, Clem Yokel here, on the road, trying to make a buck in the nuclear industry. Bad news to report. Efforts to keep the YouTube channel monetized failed miserably, and we picked up very few subscribers. So hence, here we are, out on the road, trying to make a buck. Now, I can't tell you about the nuclear industry, as I'm sworn to secrecy about that. But what I can tell you about is the Inferior Motel.
And it caught me on guard. I was like, what's it gonna be? He was like, boing.
Once you've checked into your budget/inferior motel, it's not a bad idea to scan the room for anything that might look like a camera. Now, we've all heard of that certain friend who, ended up on the internet, and not in a good way. As I scanned this particular room, I found an anomaly that I haven't quite seen before and haven't investigated fully, but it's up in that corner right there.
When you're drunk and stoned and you ain't got a home, walk on in, ring the bell, get a room at the Inferior Motel.
In conclusion, as I suspected, the bits of rag and 2 push pins with primer sprayed on top is just a feeble attempt to try and hide the site where there was once a pinhole camera. As I suspected, this room may have been used in some kind of extortion operation, with the camera placed in perfect position to record and then later extort. Now, one of the more nasty and distasteful aspects of staying at the budget motel has to most definitely be having to deal with insects and critters. Now, just like how you may take on the dreams of someone who has slept here before, you can also take on something that's much more real. And that's things they've left behind, like lice, dandruff, bodily fluids, hair, pet residue. All of these things and more are here within the rooms of the Inferior Motel. Such things as ants, fleas, dust mites, skin mites, and perhaps even the dreaded motel mite that has been known to kill humans on contact. What do you need to protect yourself? Slippers, or what the Americans would call the house shoe. Remember, under no circumstance do you let your bare feet touch the floor. As I've said before, I'm not at liberty to discuss the nuclear industry, but what I will say about it is They don't pay us as much as they used to. This is why we're forced to stay in these substandard living accommodations, and also forced to try and budget meal-wise by eating in greasy spoon restaurants. For example, this morning at breakfast, a sign in the washroom read, "Every employee must wash their hands, especially Carl." What is this? Fine powder over everything. This wasn't here before. What is it? Cocaine? Drywall dust? Fentanyl? Car fentanyl? I don't know. Getting kind of sleepy.